This man has lived a life of two extremes and is at peace with both.
Tonight we find our Tar Heel traveler in Mount Airy. Scott Mason meets the Moonshine monk.
It's Andy Griffith's hometown, but Mount Airy also has another kind of Mayberry spirit.
The steam will rise through these chambers.
It's a whiskey still.
Sorghum whiskey.
100 proof.
So it's about a week of fermentation.
He's making moonshine.
And so the yeast eat the sugar to create the alcohol.
Smooth.
Beautiful iced tea kind of color to it.
Refreshing.
Especially on a nice afternoon.
It's a nice afternoon in Mount Airy, which of course is also known as Mayberry.
I grew up in Mayberry, Mount Airy, North Carolina.
But the man who now makes Mayberry spirits spent 25 years not in Mayberry, but in a monastery.
It's a beautiful life. You learn more about yourself, the darkness within.
And the clarity within.
Something that brings people together to share some joy. There was great joy in the life that I led, but I knew at the time that I was being called to something else.
He came back home to Mount Airy.
And my thought was, seeing where the craft beers were going at the time, that distilleries would be the next thing to happen.
And so began Mayberry Spirits Distillery.
A whiskey barrel for aging, or instead of putting the liquor in the wood, sometimes we put the wood in the liquor.
Is there a great irony in the fact that you're now making moonshine?
Well, to go from monk to moonshine, I like to think it's all about lifting your spirit.
His has been lifted.
We recently won a gold and silver medal in a whiskey competition and took both first and second places.
What an honor for Mayberry. Mayberry RFD. Really fine drink.
And if you can make a good product, all the better. I mean, what's more American than apple pie and whiskey from Mayberry?
Whiskey from Mayberry, by way of a monastery.
That will make your eyes twinkle a little more and will help your heart open up a little better.
Wow, what a life. Mayberry Spirits Distillery is open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 6 in downtown Mount Airy.